Hello, my name is Michael Alayo. The program I'm going to be showing you today is actually called Active Customer Manager. It's a database software that we use in the newspaper industry. We use it to keep track of all the clients that we do have and create new accounts and keep track of what they've done in the past, and also to keep track of the interactions that the sales reps have had with the client. The first thing I'm going to show you is actually how to create an account in the system. What you do is go ahead and use this little icon right here, which is to create a new customer, or you could also go to File and go to New. What I always like to do is just go click on the icon. It's a lot easier. What you need to do is enter the company's name. Let's just say that this is for Human Resources. Oopsie. Human Resources Management. And what we would need to do next is put in what kind of customer they are. They could we have different ones that you could choose from. The ones that we use most often is either classified, either transient, which is for clients who usually prepay. We have retail for clients who are usually running the body of the paper, or a prospect account, which is basically someone who hasn't decided to advertise yet, but you'd like to go ahead and keep track of the interactions that you've had with them. So let's go ahead and do that first, because that's something that we use most often. After you go ahead and pick prospect, it will go ahead and generate the rest of these, which is basically, it assigns them to a group, a category, a status, and the company. The company that is being used here is San Jose Mercury News, which is the sister company of the paper that I do work for. Normally, if you do work for our company, it's going to have your name in the system. For mine, I will go ahead and use my name, which is Michael Alayo. This one is done by last names first, and once you do that, it automatically puts in your team name and also the territory you're from. D&G Sales stands for D&G Daily News Sales Team, which is what I'm a part of. Next, we'll go ahead and put in the address. We'll go ahead and use the address at my work, which is at 255 Constitution Drive, and I do work in Menlo Park. What's good about this is once you put in the zip code, you don't actually have to put in the city or the state. So let's just put 94025, which is the zip code for Menlo Park. We'll go ahead and put in my work telephone number. It is 650-391-1028. Once you do that, you have all the required fields here. You see all the fields that are in the yellow are the ones that you do need to fill in. And now that we all have all of that down, we can go ahead and save this. You could either save this by pressing the save button icon right here, or you could go to file save. We'll go ahead and do that. And once you do that, it will go ahead and give you an account number. So this account number will now be associated with this particular account. Now that we have the account, we'll go ahead and clear out of here. So we'll go ahead and show you how to go ahead and recall this customer without using the account number. So we'll go ahead and exit out of this one. We'll go to close. And now you have a blank screen right here. What you could do, if you, let's say that you don't know what the account number is, you could just go ahead and put in the %, and you could just put human resources, and you don't actually have to have the whole name of it. But the more that you know, the more that it will narrow it down. And once you do that, you'll go ahead and go to file and then find. And since you did put the % before and after human resources, it will find anything that contains those words. If you go to the search button right here, we'll go ahead and find the one that we just made. It's right here, which is Human Resources Management. You could tell that that's the one that we created because it is at the address that we chose, and also it does have my name linked to it. So we'll go ahead and click that. Once you go ahead and click that, it will pull up the account that we just made. It says Human Resources Management right here, and the account number, and also the type of customer that they are, the address, the telephone number, and also who the sales rep is for this particular account. let's say that you are the sales rep for this particular account and you wanted to go ahead and enter some interactions that you had with a client. You could go ahead and click on the contact person tab, and then we'll go ahead and click here, which is add, or you could also press Control F2. We'll go ahead, and what you need here basically is just the parts that are in the yellow. You just need, for instance, we'll use here Dr. Martin's name, which is Daniel Martin, and we'll just use the phone number at work, which is 650-391-1028. And on the notes part, you could actually put, this is the note on the particular person itself. Let's just say that you wanted to put that this is the owner of the business or the owner's son. This is just linked to the particular person that you are creating. Once you go ahead and enter that information, you could just go ahead and click save. And now one of the contacts for this account is Daniel Martin, which is Dr. Martin. And once you do that, you could go ahead and put in a task that you had with him. Let's say that you wanted to go ahead and put that you had a meeting with him, and you had a meeting in regards to advertising that he might like to do in the daily news. We'll go ahead and go to contact task, and then once you go on to that particular tab, you could go ahead and click here on contacts and press add. And then you will, on the drop down list, you will need to put what kind of contact you have with them. It was either by email, face-to-face, other, telephone. There's different ones that you could choose from here. You just pick the closest one that may relate to the contact that you had with them. So let's just say that we had a face-to-face contact with Dr. Martin, and then we'll just go ahead and put my name again, which is contacted by Michael Rolio right here, and then we'll just choose subject. We'll just put advertising, and you can put contact with Daniel Martin. This is why it's important that you do add the contact person first, because if you do not put the contact person first, you won't have anyone on this drop down list right here. And then we'll also choose a status. There are different ones that you could choose from. The ones that we mostly use is either completed, deferred, or dismissed, or in progress. We'll just go ahead and put this one as in progress, and this field right here is actually where you put in the notes in regards to that particular interaction that you had with them on that specific day. The previous tab, we put in notes as far as maybe it's more about the person, not what type of contact that you had with him. So this one, the subject is advertising. We could go ahead and just put contacted him in regards to advertising. Okay, and once you do that, you'll go ahead and go to contact, save, shift INS, or right there on the contacts drop down list, you press save. And once you save, it will show up down here. You will see that it will have a date of when it was done, what kind of contact it was like. Let's say that you wanted to go ahead and get out of this particular one. You could just go ahead and close it. And then you wanted to go ahead, let's say that you forgot what kind of contact that you had with them or what you guys discussed. You could just go ahead and get into that particular account and go to the contact task, and you will see here what you've entered previously. You can go ahead and double click that, and it will show you what you guys have talked about previously. So it's helpful if you have a lot of clients and you can't really keep track of all of them. And it also serves as a good reminder as to what you've discussed with them previously. You don't want to, let's say, contradict yourself. Maybe you give them one rate today and then another rate tomorrow. This is a good place to also put what kind of rates you gave them, what kind of programs and incentives that you're offering to them. Since this is a new account, there's not really a lot of information on here, so we'll just go ahead and close this one. What I'm going to do is pull up an account that I know has a lot of history. We'll go ahead and pull up the account of the city of East Palo Alto. Once I do that, you'll go ahead and see here the information for the city of East Palo Alto, and kind of what actually happens when people enter things into here. If you go ahead and look at the contact person, we have Minette Warren, also Dahlia. Those are the two people that's been entered into the system as far as contacts for this particular account. What you will also see if you go to contact task is all the other contacts that the company has had with this particular client, either from accounting or in the sales end. You will also see if you go ahead and click on this tab, which is their credit, you will go ahead and see if you're interested in finding out what their credit limit is with us. You'll go ahead and see that it is at 19,646, which is right here. It shows you the amounts that they owe. It shows the amount that they owe for December and the amount that they owe for January. The unbilled amount is basically the current month's worth of advertising. Let's just say that this is what they've done so far for the month of February, but it hasn't been billed yet because we do bill on the 30th of each month, or at the end of each month, that is. What you will see in the total balance is the total of all the unpaid and also the unbilled amount, which should total to this, hopefully. What I'm going to show you next is how to check the transactions that we've had with the city of East Palo Alto. Actually, for this particular account, let's just say that you were interested in knowing how many ads they ran last month or this month or when they last paid their bill. We'll go ahead and click on the transactions button. We'll go ahead and put show transactions, or you could also press Ctrl-Alt-C. When I'm at work, I usually just do use all the shortcuts. And that will land you on this page. What you could do right here now is put in the start date. Let's say that you wanted to go ahead and put in the start date of January 3rd. What this is going to do is it's going to incorporate everything that they've done since the 3rd of January of 2011. Once you have your start date, you can go ahead and expand all. You will see everything that they've done, all the transactions. You will see either P is for payment and O, and these are all orders that they've done. You can see that they've made a large sum of payment on the 10th and also on the 9th of February. So that basically gives you a gist of what they've done recently. Or if you want to go some even further, you can go ahead and just pick any month or any day that you want. Let's just put February of 2010. Once you go ahead and click collapse and expand all again, you will see all that they've done in the past. And you could go ahead and sort it in different ways. You could sort it either by transaction type, by transaction number, or effective date, or posted date, or maybe even the amount. Each order that we have in our system is associated with an order number. So perhaps you wanted to go ahead and check to see, go ahead and do it by the order number, or by the amount, or by the posted date. So there's a lot of different ways that you could go ahead and use this one. What you could also do in here is to check to see if they have any credit cards on file. Let's say that you are a sales rep and you don't remember if you had a credit card on file for them, and so maybe perhaps they'd like to use that instead of getting invoiced. We do prefer that they prepay first before they run an ad. You could go ahead and just click right here to define credit cards. Normally, if they are a prepay account, or if they have a credit card on file, they will have a credit card number here and also the name and the expiration date. And that's something that is useful for the sales rep. And that's basically how you use this program. There are other things that you could do with it, but for the amount of time that we do have, I did teach you the basics, and hopefully everything else you will be able to figure out on your own. It is a fairly user-friendly program, and I'm sure that you will have no problem figuring things out.